Okay, last video of the week. Liverpool taking on Arsenal at Anfield midweek. And who better to ask about that than Ped and James? Obviously, Robbie, we've done collab content across both of our channels on this. It's a big, in a weird way though. I suppose it is a massive game for both teams, but it's really important, I think, at the minute for Arsenal because you're right up there, and to be able to keep the pressure on at the top end of the table, 3 points would be immense for you right now.
It's a massive game. Even if we were at the top, it'd be a massive game when we play you guys. It's a night game, so the atmosphere is going to be pumped. We know that Liverpool are really emotional club, so no matter what the situation with injuries,
they're all crying out.
you guys are going to be right up for it. It's such a big game. The next couple of games that we've got you guys away and Stoke away, where traditionally we do very badly. And if we can get 6 points out of those two games, it'd be amazing. If we get even 4 points, I'd be happy. So it's a big game. You guys have got injuries, we've got injuries, but I still think the two teams that will be on display will be two really good teams. It's a pretty evenly matched game. It should be just a brilliant game. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I am slightly less looking forward to it, I'm going to be perfectly honest. Yeah. Ped, are you going to watch this one?
No. But when you say evenly matched, I'm just wondering how many embryos Liverpool will have on the bench on Wednesday night. How far can squad numbers stretch?
But I don't think
we had a number 87 on the bench against Exeter.
It was like watching Liverpool on Friday. It was like being at a bingo.
Yeah, but I just don't. Somehow I think that a lot of the players that they say they're injured,
miraculously will come
miraculously going to come back, and I think they've put up a little smoke screen. But Wenger's aware of that because he's kind of said that.
The problem is,
he's kind of said that he knows that. Some of these players are
I really hope that's right because we never do that. We're so shit at doing that. I always go, oh, maybe he's just saying he's injured, and then he's going to come and no, he's just injured. Oh, and no, and he's actually out for 3 weeks as well. I'm basically talking about Daniel Sturridge.
But what makes me laugh about the whole thing is that the amount of grief that you've given me on this programme. Every time I mention injuries, you're always saying, oh, I'm going on. Now, all of a sudden, that's all I've heard from Liverpool fans over the past 2 weeks is crying about injuries.
But I tell you what, though, doesn't half put some pressure on Arsenal, though, doesn't it? This is like, if you're going to look about winning titles, going to Anfield on a Wednesday night. It's practically like Stoke now, isn't it? But it's, going there on a wet, windy night. But knowing that the pressure is on Arsenal to win this game, knowing that Liverpool have got nothing to lose, none of the day trippers will be there on Wednesday because, it's hard to get planes in and out of Liverpool on a Wednesday night. So all the pressure is suddenly on Arsenal.
No, you're right.
I've got to be, I've got to throw a dig in where I can.
Yeah. I think you're right. The pressure is on us. The pressure is on us because of this injury situation at Liverpool. Because now a lot of people are saying, right, we've got our best chance that we've had for a long time to win the title. Yeah. So I think you're spot on. There's a lot of pressure.
And weirdly, in addition to that, Liverpool we've been massively inconsistent. But what we have done is performed. Under the new manager, we performed well
against the big teams,
against the big boys. So, what do you reckon? Do you reckon Liverpool got a chance?
I think, judging just by off the team sheet, no. Just on paper, I can't see it happen any other way. And also, Arsenal within the recent years, they've shown that they've really built a lot of mental strength. Mental strength in the big games.
It's even hard to say, isn't it?
Exactly.
Sticks in your throat, that, doesn't it?
So I can't see past an Arsenal win, to be fair. But I think something that we alluded to in a different show, it's very much this season, one step forward, 16,000 steps back for Liverpool, and then another few more steps forward in the right direction. So it's
a lot of steps.
It's a lot of steps back, yeah. They're like Balotelli-style steps back.
You know what I'm saying, though? It's so I think that's the situation that you're in. So it's very much take the positive with the negative in a sense, and just try and get through this kind of rough patch with what we plays being out.
It's a weird because Liverpool, we've had the injury problems and all, and this has got. And we were saying to you, we need to kind of channel that spirit that we had in years gone by, where we are the underdogs and we need to maybe not worry so much about trying to be scintillating and play amazing attacking football, but go out there and be a bit horrible and try and get a result, because Liverpool teams have been too nice for too long. If we're not playing lovely footy, I know you disagree to some extent.
I don't disagree. I'm just That's Everton. I'm just thinking that's Everton.
No, but we're both guilty of that. You know, Rodgers, Martinez, similar in that respect. I don't like.
Have you sort of got those players though to sort of play that horrible game? I don't think you have them sort of players anymore.
Not necessarily horrible, but I mean, you know what I mean is we're not going to be replicating what we did a couple of years ago because we don't have Suarez, we don't have a fully fit Daniel Sturridge. Coutinho's going to be out. We don't have Sterling. You know, we don't have those top of their game attacking talent to do it. So we're going to have to be a bit more canny. And something Klopp said when he first came in, he said, you know, if you come up against those teams that are better than you, you've got to basically drag them down to your level and beat them there. So, you know, if we go toe-to-toe with Arsenal and try to play tiki-taka, passy football, I think these will crucify us. But if we actually get stuck in a little bit more, and, you know, we have got, I think, you know, if you've got Emre Can, James Milner, and if we can maybe get Henderson on the pitch, these aren't like, you know, these are not Iniestas of this world. These guys have got the energy, they've got the just about enough the physicality. They can rough Arsenal up, hopefully.
I think the key, you guys have to stop Ozil playing in that game. If Ozil's on song in that game,
is it possible to stop Ozil?
he's been on fire this season, and if you don't like stay on him for the whole game and keep him quiet, he is the player that can really
just
hurt him.
Go over and just boot him as hard as he can. That's what you do.
You'd be down to 10 men.
No. But I think that's always been an Arsenal thing.
Yeah, but even that though, the thing is, right, that's sort of been over the past couple of seasons what people have employed against Ozil. I think he's toughened up a lot, and that's not really working against him no more because
you can see it coming, can't he?
I knew he was going to come here. I knew that was coming.
Like General
that's why.
It's a trap.
But listen, the guy at the moment.
So I've demoted him there. He's actually an admiral. He's actually an admiral.
Guy at the moment, to me, he's the best player in the Premier League. He's on fire, and you're going to have to come up with some sort of plan to stop him to win the game. If you can stop him, you've got half a chance.
Any suggestions on what that plan might be to stop Ozil?
Thiago Villeroy, great player. I'm joking.
You don't even know who he is.
We had him for half a season. We paid $1 million to train him, and he's gone back to you guys.
I was going to say build a big wall, but I believe they're a bit sensitive about things like that in Germany. So, I just it wasn't a dig. That was 26 years ago.
True.
It's only topical because I'm watching a program on Channel 4 about it. I just think this is a massive test for Arsenal. If they can pass it, then, you know, that league title could be there. But I'm sure they'll find some other way to balls it up.
The thing is, a lot of people think that about Arsenal. And we did have that game against Southampton, but right, you know, like you said, you know, we've been to a lot of the big teams and in recent times, and they haven't really beaten. We beat Man United this season. We beaten Manchester City this season. You know what I mean? All right, we drew against you at home. You know, but we've passed a lot of tests this season. We had that game in the Champions League where everybody thought we was out, and we had to go there and win by 2 clear goals. We passed that test. We've been passing a lot of tests this season. You know, I think it's a different Arsenal. We've had injuries all the way throughout, but yet still the squad still performed. So I think Arsenal are capable of going to Anfield and beating Liverpool, but it's going to be really tough. Liverpool have turned over. We saw what they did to City. We saw what they did to United. Was it United? No, not United. Chelsea, sorry.
Southampton. So,
you know, you've been turning over big. It's going to be a really tough game.
This is effective. I know we're only in January, but this is the start of the running now, isn't it? You know, we've gone. You're over the hump now, and you know, game Wednesday, game Saturday or Sunday or Monday or whatever. You know, you find games stack up now very, very quickly on top of those other games. And it's also, I think, what's important for Arsenal, even though it's only going to be very short-lived, is get some wins in before the Champions League. You know, two tough games, but then you're out then and you can start concentrating on the...
Everybody's on a...
But this is that point of the season where, particularly the top 4, this is the time when the top 4 should start pulling away from everyone else.
What
And you
is that
start
top
making
four?
exactly. And this is the thing that Arsenal in particular should just put to bed any doubts that they're going to finish anything other than in the top 2 in this league.
But
really.
it's not top to. Arsenal got to aim to win the league.
Oh no, of
season.
course.
Yeah,
But what I
yeah.
mean is that you start. I look back to us on our pseudo title challenge a couple of years ago, and we got to this point in the season, and we just started winning games. We beat Hughes, we beat Hughes, and then everyone who was trying to chase us, all of a sudden, we're like, we're winning games, but these are
Exactly.
on another level.
And it was like the same way as well. It was like win games after half an hour, bang, 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 and it was one after another. I mean, tits up in the end.
Oh,
thankfully.
completely.
But you know, hopefully, like otherwise I'd be living in.
I sort of knew that was coming.
Yeah,
as
otherwise
well.
I'd live in a cave in Afghanistan.
You'd be shooting all your videos in 4:3 with a Kalashnikov, and, you know, like.
In a cave.
2G cell coverage, you know.
But yeah, you know, this is the point where, like, for us though, you know, the pressure's, I think some pressure on Arsenal, but there is a pressure on Liverpool because we've got Arsenal followed by Man United. If we were to, if we don't get points from those games, any ambition, I think, of scraping into the top 4 is done and dusted. I feel it's probably more or less there now. But if you can get 6 points there, then I think you're right.
I think you'll beat United. I'm not sure about the Arsenal, but I think you'll beat United. But
So you think Arsenal are going to take this game?
Yeah, the thing that worries me about Arsenal, the thing that worries me about Arsenal
does
is
it really worry you though?
yes,
I mean, does it keep you up at night?
to some extent.
Does
yes.
it make it
We
ring
use this sentiment a lot on the show. I'm really worried. I'm not really worried. Go on,
I've just rung Micah Richards and I said, Micah, what do you think about this?
The thing that worries me about Arsenal is like when I watch them play, I feel like they aren't even out of third gear yet, like essentially. And what's gonna bring them out of that third gear into fifth or fourth or fifth? And
I think
this
what
kind of
should-
period,
yeah.
this kind of period of
Yeah.
time is
I
like
think,
where
I
it
think
makes
what
it so
can bring us
interesting.
out of that into 4th and 5th is getting back some of those players.
Yeah,
Players like
Coquelin.
Alexis. What I'm really hoping is like when, say, for instance, an Alexis comes back, he's chomping at the bit. And then, to be fair, the guys that have come in the meantime, they've done so well.
Yeah.
Like
So
Joe
it should
Campbell,
it
brilliant.
should create
Fair
so much
play.
competition that maybe that could be the thing that could spur us. I mean, you're right. When Liverpool went on that amazing run. They were just blowing teams away. If we could do something like that,
I think that's what you'll need to do because I think this is the point where that inconsistency needs to go away.
It's about creating now. It's about creating the image that you're champions as well, so
Yeah.
that when you get to
Yeah.
a game, the opposition and the fans think they're already beaten. And I'm not quite sure that's there yet because
No, it's
and
not
I
there
can
yet.
only go on experience of playing
It's not
this
there yet,
season.
it's
You know,
not
we
there yet,
you know, when we played you, I thought you were really, really comfortable, but at the end you were hanging on. And do you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I think Arsenal deserved to win that game, but you were still relying at the end on a couple of saves by the keeper.
Yeah.
And I just think Arsenal haven't quite got... And that's why a game like this is massive. You go to Anfield and you beat them convincingly. Then
Builds up that
massive,
fear factor,
yeah.
doesn't
It'll
it?
build it up.
What, so you going with Arsenal for this one?
I think it's going to be... listen, if they had Arshavin... you know, then it'd be not
Never
but a win,
for
you know
the
what I mean?
draw.
Like,
Okay.
not but- I can
Okay.
imagine this being a 2-2, bit of a Desmond.
Okay, great. You're obviously going with Arsenal. I'm obviously going with Liverpool. No sense in talking about that anymore. Who do you think's going to win this? Can Liverpool
oh no, you didn't
stop?
ask him.
I did. He said that. He said that.
Don't worry, mate. Don't,
What did he say? Oh, Arsenal,
Jesus,
okay.
Robbie. You've been.
don't worry.
All right.
Tunnel
Okay,
vision.
cool.
If he doesn't hear win, then...
You didn't
listen.
you didn't wax lyrical about how brilliant Arsenal were enough to be on Arsenal fans' radar.
I'm not trying to
Like-
twist nobody's arm.
yeah.
I'm not trying
So
to
yeah, leave us your thoughts on who do you think can Liverpool stop Arsenal? Can Liverpool win the game? And how do you stop Mesut Ozil? I want like pseudo Wile Coyote style plans if needs be in the comments below on that. Thank you very much for watching, gents. Thank you very much for joining us. I think
Thank
it's been
you.
a good laugh as always. Check out more Social Club shows each and every week on the Ball Street YouTube channel. Check these guys, of course, Read Aston Villa, Arsenal Fan TV, Toffee TV and the Red Men TV as well. Thank you very much for watching. Ta-ra.